Right, so how's it going? So can I live in a van? Simple question that. No doubt in my mind. Not a problem at all for me to live in a van. But firstly though, I'm going to address that last video I made. I'm now committed. The response I got off that wasn't really expecting it. So I've booked my flight. I've had to now since then, because if I didn't, I was going to show myself right up. So I'm committed now. I'm off 1st of September, one-way ticket to Bangkok. I've got in my head I should be living in the van in around 2 months time, full time. That's what's in my head. That's the time scale I'm giving myself. Now this van, it's a means to an end. That's what it is. So I don't need no all singing, all dancing, big fancy camper van. Don't need it. To be honest, this little van's absolutely perfect for what I want. And I'll make a statement here, which will be quite bold. This will be the cheapest VW caddy conversion in the country. And I mean that when it's finished. Pretty bold statement, but it will be. Up until this point here, all that was used to build this was scrap wood. Neighbour of mine was doing some renovations. This is the old wood they threw out. To this point here, this van was built with Stella, i.e. my brother, 2 of his friends with 2 crates of Stella. That's what got it to this point. After that I did buy some plywood and we got it to here. I can't knock a nail in. I'm useless, so I can't take credit for this. Up to this point anyway, but I am going to have to do the rest from here on. So the workmanship's going to go rapidly downhill, I would have thought. The mattress came from IKEA. I think it was £200 for the small double mattress, whatever it was. I just cut it up. If anyone's doing this or thinking about doing it, I've got one of them electric carving knives that you cut meat, bread and that with. Just goes through it like butter, doddle. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. So I've just had a weekend away. Took the first night at Whitby, was alright. And then the second night, I was at Saltburn, where I met up with my brother and my little niece for the night. It was nice, but had a few too many in the pub this night before here, so I'm walking along here with a bit of a sore head this morning. But what I'm thinking, I may as well get out now as much as I can, iron out all the little problems that I could have, get it ready so it's all done right for when I do move into it full time. Like already the bed needs repairing. It's not sturdy enough on the ends here, so that's going to need a repair straight away. So I know that'll get done. This bit here, I definitely need the cupboards putting in somewhere to store stuff, because there's just stuff thrown all over when you're in there. So I have got this bit of storage at the front, like, so that's all right. I've also got a fridge in, so it is coming together, and I will get it right. But it's just these few weekends will do that. No, like I've already said, there's no doubt at all in my mind that I can live in this van. No doubt at all. I will say now, the only reason that I will not be able to live in this van is if I don't want to. That's why. I'm one of these, why do something you don't want to do? I'm selling my house, I'm packing in work to do what I want to do. So I'm certainly not going to live in this van if I don't want to do it. And plus, listen, I have never ever been interested. Big houses, fancy cars, all the fancy swanky stuff, that does not interest me one bit. Fair enough, it might for some people, might flick their switch, but for me, certainly not. I am not a materialistic person at all. I couldn't care less. That's the honest truth. Half the time, I can't even maintain this van. This van will get run into the ground. It'll end up scrapped. That's what'll happen with this van. So I'm going to be honest when I move into this van, and I am going to tell the truth, because I'm not fooling myself, and it won't all be good. It can't be. Now let's start with things I could miss. Let's state the obvious, like a toilet. Will I miss a toilet? Here, listen, I'll manage. Plus I've got this water thing here for during the night, this little water bottle thing. And if you think about it today, you've got Asda's, you've got McDonald's all 24 hours. So if you're desperate in the middle of the night, you can sharp start up and go somewhere to find a toilet. There's service stations, there's garages, there's plenty of places to find a toilet. Like last night in Saltburn, where I stayed, just at the car park here, public toilets, it was 30 pence, fair enough. But it was a toilet, it's there. So a toilet, no, I'm not going to miss a toilet. Now people could say I might miss the creature comforts of having a home. For me, I doubt it. I'll be honest here, over the winter my heating was off for 4 months. Fair enough, I went away for a couple of months, but for 4 to 5 months, I didn't have heating, I didn't even have running hot water. I was waiting for a certain plumber to come and fix it, waiting and waiting and waiting. But the reason it didn't bother us, same as I'll do when I'm living in a van, finished work, went to the gym, the leisure centre I use, had a shower, whatever, did what I needed and went home. So, no, that's not going to bother me either. Food, I'll miss a kitchen because I do like me food. I enjoy cooking. I like to try different things. I like to cook different meals. So yeah, I will miss a kitchen, I know that. But, you know, us humans can adapt. I'll learn. I'll cook different stuff. I'll learn to cook different stuff and I'll enjoy that. So I will miss a kitchen. But it's not the end of the world. I'll turn my hand. That's what you do, don't you? And like, I wasn't a spoiled kid. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, you know. You make do. You can manage. I'll not cry. I'll not curl up in a ball and cry if things aren't going my way. What I've said up to now, I'm not going to miss any of that. Will I miss having a proper bed? Couldn't care less. I was actually very surprised how comfortable that bed was last night. And not being whatever, I'd sleep under that bush over there with a bit of tarpaulin over my head if I had to. So, no, couldn't care less about that either. There's one thing I will miss though, and I know I will. I will miss having a home. Having that sense of a home. I'm already asking myself that now. I'm asking that question now. Because it is real. I am doing this. And I think I will miss a home. Like people could say here who are living in vans, well, your van becomes your home. Well, I don't know that yet. So I can't comment on that because I don't know that yet. To me, living in a van is a lifestyle choice. I think it's one of them things you either love it or hate it. Unless you're living in a van for financial reasons, you can't afford a house, which in this day and age should never be the case. But unfortunately, that's the world we live in today, and some people have to. Going away for a few days here and there, or weekends, or even a couple of months, that's a holiday. You've still got your home. You've still got your home to come back to. Like what I'm doing here is shit or bust. I'm all in. I am doing this. I am selling my house. I am moving into this van. I am packing up. I am going. I'm doing it. And quite stubborn like, and like I've already said, I'm not going to be showing up. And I'll not be beat. So one way or the other, we're doing it. Oh God. But yeah, for the last 51 years, I've always had a home. I've always had somewhere to go back to, that sense of a home. I do think I'll miss that life. This will be the first time I've never had a place I can call home, really. Like, when you finish work and everyone's getting in the cars and going home, and I'll be walking, sitting in my van and thinking, where am I going? What am I going to do now? Where am I going? But at the same time, I could love it. I could love the fact of being free to do what I want, finish work, go and park up wherever I want. I might love that. I've actually spoken to a friend about this. His words were, I'd be dangerous if I was living like that. Him meaning, what he said, he would drive like 30 minutes, an hour away, park up somewhere beautiful, lovely view, spend the night there and then back to work the next day. Now, I think some people have this perception in their head about living in a van, that it's all beautiful and lovely views and you open these back doors and you're looking at mountains and lakes and all that sort of stuff. That's not living in the real world, like, in my opinion anyway. That's a holiday. Fair enough if you've got all this money and you're travelling through wherever. Yeah, you might say that on a daily basis, but that's not normal living. And I think a lot of people have this idea in their head about moving in a van, that that's what they're going to get. Well, I haven't. But the summer's coming and it's going to warm up, and I've got a northeast coast to bash at the whole of this summer anyway. So I think I'll be perfectly fine. But anyway, that's what life's about, isn't it? Get out your comfort zone, get out there and live, get out there and try, get out there and do something. Catch you later.